Alright, so we're going to solve this quadratic by factoring. Alright, so first, of course, you start off with the equation. Now, in order to start solving by factoring, you have to find the coefficient, the leading coefficient, which is right here. But since there isn't any coefficient with the x squared, that just means there's a 1. So, what we would do, which makes this really simple, would be 1 x, leave a space, and then 1 x, leave space. That, because 1 times 1 equals 1, so it's just a factor of the leading coefficient. Next, what we got to do is we have to find factors of negative 50. But these factors have to add or subtract to equal 5. So, 2 times 25 wouldn't work because 25 plus 2 doesn't equal 5, and 25 minus 2 doesn't equal 5. But 5 times 10 does work because 10 minus 5 equals 5. So, since this is a positive, the 10 would be positive because it's bigger, so it would be plus 10. And then the 5 would be negative because 10 minus 5 equals 5. And then times 10 times negative 5 equals negative 50. So then we have our factors, but we have to make sure that they are correct. So what we're going to do next is we are going to FOIL the problem just to make sure that it's correct. So this to this, that to that, this to this, and that to that. So that will turn out to be 1x times 1x is x squared. 1x times negative 5 would be negative 5x. 10 times 1x would be plus 10x. And then 10 times the negative 5 would equal negative 50. And then we go ahead and simplify that, and that would be x squared plus 5x minus 50. Which, if you look at the original equation, they match up. So now that we know that these are the correct factors, we have to solve the factors. In order to solve the factors, this is what we have to do. We have to set each one equal to 0. So 0 equals 1x plus 10. Then we're going to go ahead and solve for the variable. Minus 10 minus 10. Subtract 10 for both sides. And x equals a negative 10. And that will be one of our answers. Then we have to go back up and set the other one equal to 0. So 0 equals 1x minus 5. Add 5 to both sides, and we get x equals 5. And this will be another one of our answers. So, the answers to our equations would be x equals negative 10 and 5.